John Waits. I love John Waits. My favorite song of his right now, Walking Faithfully.
Well, now if you ever was a girl of mine, I guess it's just about our time that I say that I'm sorry too if I ever left you lonesome blue. Well, now if you ever was a friend of mine, it's right possible that I stole your bottle of wine. If you feel it in you to forgive, I think it's kinda 'cause I'm trying to find a new way to live. Now if you say that I done you wrong, truly sorry, baby, for a long time to come. Now I've heard there's many a grudge on me, walking the straight line, baby, and walking it faithfully. Walk on. Well, now this might be an apology of his own kind. Not set to the pace, 'cause you know that I'm working on the Lord's time. If you think that I'm not being sincere, well then I guess it's my only cross I'm gonna have to bear. Thought I lived my life free of care with ease, but them days of dependence, they shook me right down to my knees. Pills, powders, and another bottle of booze. Ah! Them was the days of chains that I couldn't shake loose. Now if you say sorry, baby, for a long time to come. Now I've heard many a grudge on me, walking the straight line, baby, and walking it faithfully. Walk on.
Golly. John plays out solo, but mostly plays Waits and Company. And they are strictly original music and staying busy at it. Where do you go to find that? An opportunity to play it? You know, Savannah is just really stepping up, being the place for a live musician to perform. But Chad Waits us that song, Walking Faithfully. Really, really like that. You know. And again, he's a multi-talented artist, you know, photographer. He puts on the Trinity Concert Series here in Savannah. Great series.
What do you see as the potentiality for the development of a dynamic music scene here in Savannah?
I tell people all the time, the best thing that a citizen can do, because we have citizens ask me, oh, I wish I could do something for you. What can I do? I love coming out here. Well, first off, you've done the most important thing you can do. You got up off the sofa, you left your house, and you went to a show. You chose to patronize a restaurant or a club that purchased live music as entertainment. That is the biggest and best thing that anybody in town can do. Patronize a locale that has hired a live musician to play. I cannot stress that enough. You live in Savannah. Music is part of the fabric of the city. You're at a great place. There's music everywhere. You get to choose where you spend your money. Spend it in a place that plays live music.
I'll go into a place when I'm going to listen to the band, and I'll say that as I come in. Well, I'm just here to listen to the band.
I'm here for the band. And believe me, the managers, they hear that. When you say that, the hostess will tell them, oh, he's here. He said he's here for the band. That's gold. That's gold for the entertainer. That's just gold. I know for the musicians, there are some new avenues. And here we are. I get all excited because we talk about we're playing acoustic music with human voice, and people have been doing that for millennia. And now, what do? You jump on the internet, you jump on the internet and you go ultra high tech to promote yourself. I tell musicians all the time, if you want to be commercial, first you've got to play out. You've got to get a gig. You've got to play somewhere, and then if you want to play somewhere big and great, that's good. But you have to start playing small first. You're going to have to play for free. You're going to have to play at Joey's birthday party. In 6 weeks, you'll be playing in a park. Then you'll start booking at a coffee shop. Then you'll start booking at a club. But you've got to start somewhere, and you've got to play out. Someone has to hear you. I always really, really promote the idea of social media right now. Spotify, use Facebook. You have to have a Facebook page. You have to tell people, come visit my Facebook. Websites are cool. I would not make a very complicated website. People, how much time? Someone who doesn't know you is going to give you about 20 seconds. So you've got to have something that they can access in 20 seconds. Because, I mean, really, our society they have no time, or they don't want to give you any of their precious time. There's one of the new things I've been looking into. It's called Arrange Me. It's where you go, you attach yourself to a virtual store, and they sell your virtual music. I ask my 16-year-old daughter all the time, where do you buy music? Oh, I pick up my iPhone and I hit purchase, 99 cents a time. None of her friends buy albums anymore. They buy single tracks, 99 cents at a time, from all over creation. That's why you have to make your music accessible anymore. The retail brick and mortar stores are impossible to get into. And they're so solidly corporatized that it's not worth the bang of your effort to try to get in there. Once you become desirable enough to get in there, people will be coming after you. I've got a couple of bands that I work with now. I enjoy promoting bands. I've got the one high school band I just finished working with. This band stayed solid. This band was solid their whole 4 years through high school. Saw these guys move from this is how we tune a guitar. They're all in college now. They're all in bands in college. I'm so excited for them. They're all in solid, like real bands, like working bands in college, their freshman years. They just came back. They performed for the entire church body. They walked up, grabbed their guitars, and they knocked the socks off the house, filled the house, because they are competent enough as musicians to do that. And it took 4 years of coaching to get them there. So now I have a brand new band that just started out 6 weeks ago. I have 4 years of development to look forward to them. Me, as an old guy, that's my job. Someone help me. It's my responsibility to help foster these young people and show them how to be a professional musician. You don't want to be some yahoo out there that puts a bad taste in the club owner's mouth. I tell them all, if you're going to work live, when you show up, you're going to show up on time. You're going to be professional. You're going to look good. You're not going to be drinking. You're going to promote a solid performance. You can leave that whole rock star lifestyle for some other time, but when you're at a gig, someone's paying you money to be a performer, an employee, if you will, and deliver a solid product because they're relying on you for people to come in the door. That's why you're there. You're there for them to sell product. You've got to sound great. You got to look great. You got to be straight, sober. You got to be something that attracts the public in general to come to that establishment because they just forked out money to hire you to come play. But I enjoy fostering. It's my responsibility. Like with this Savannah Songwriter Outlet, that's a great opportunity for me to foster people. Come on, let's go. This is how you act. When you come here, here's an audience. Audience, this is how you be nice to your performer. Tell our audience when they walk in the door, you're going to turn off your phones. You're going to hold your conversation down. If events like ours, we have to educate the population to listen to live music because they were brought up during the 80s and 90s, and especially the millennials. They've had very little exposure to a venue where you are here to listen to live music. Savannah Songwriters gives us the opportunity to educate the public and the performer. Golden opportunity. The Trinity Concert Series, you walk in the door, first thing that you're told is, thank you for coming to our event. You're going to be quiet. Our performers are going to give you 110% and enjoy the show. But that's part of what makes Savannah great. There's a lot of places when you tell a paying customer you're going to be quiet, that offends them. No, Savannah has, as a city, has progressed enough culturally to where they say, oh yeah, this is the new thing now. What a great opportunity that the city allows a musician to do that. I'm so excited about it. I'm so excited. We played last night. I was in Richmond Hill last night. The house was packed. In this particular place, not a big place, but it was about 120 people packed. I was very excited, and they listened. Got done with that gig. I got done early, about 11 o'clock. Went down the road about a mile. Some friends of mine were playing till midnight. Caught 15 minutes of their show. Helped them pack up and get out of there. But they had a listening crowd there too. Very, very fabulous opportunity.
So what do you see for the development of a dynamic commercial music scene?
I'm really excited about musicians that say, you know what? I've got to promote myself. Savannah Songwriters, we're going to step up and swing the bat and provide an opportunity, create something that will make it more accessible for local Savannah artists to sell their music. That's a next big step that Savannah Songwriters is going to be a part of. That's what you got to do to be commercial now. Live performances. Make yourself accessible for the 99-cent college student, high school student to access on their telephone. They have disposable income and they have nothing really just much to spend it on. And make it easy for them to get to. And now that's up to the artist because the big boxes are not, they're in such panic mode. They're not going to take a gamble on anybody anymore. That's just not going to happen anymore. They're going to they might take a gamble on the American Idol winner. They'll sell some of those. But they're not going to take a gamble on TomCooler, who just happens to have a cool looking CD cover with 10 really cool songs that everybody claps to. They are not going to take that gamble anymore. It'd be cool to be a part of that big CBS music scene, but I'm kind of glad I'm not, because those guys are scared to death. Where is my record company going to be in June? It might just evaporate. And I'm on the other end of the spectrum. Where's my music going to be in June? I might sell 1,000 copies of my song. That's my potential. It's exciting to be an independent musician. And I'm excited to be living in Savannah as an independent musician. Got to be optimistic. Got to be optimistic.
Do you think it's easier for the independent musician with this new environment?
To sell music?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. You'll get a kick out of this. I've got on this new CD that TomCooler and the Big Chill that we're putting out, I have 2 songs that I wrote in 1986. I remember going to Miami and, ooh, here's the BMI people are coming through, and the ASCAP people are coming through, and Capital's coming through, and you get to meet all the people. And of course, no one would have anything to do with those songs. So I've got a couple of songs from 1986 that I'm going to have on this disc. And you watch. I bet I think they're pretty good songs. But I'm going to sell those songs this year because now I can load that music onto CD Baby, and some guy walking around with his telephone can say, purchase. Because the individual, the tourist, while he's listening to me play my live music out in City Market, oh yeah, go to SoundCloud, look up TomCooler and the Big Chill and buy one. He'll take a gamble for 99 cents, sure, purchase. And there's thousands of those tourists coming through every day in the city of Savannah. And I'm excited about the opportunity that provides. But you got to be on your ball. You've got to have a good recording. You don't have to have a great recording, but you got to have a good recording. You've got to get up off your butt and get yourself on these virtual sites. Nobody's going to do it for you. You've got to have the discipline as a professional musician to go to work every day and promote yourself. You sit around and wait for the phone to call, you'll go hungry, The phone don't ring. You've got to go dial the phone, But for a working musician, I think the opportunities are exciting.
What about the number of musicians in town? How does that affect the sellability of your own music?
The number of musicians in town, the more fish in the pond, the harder it is to get a job. I'll go along with that argument to some extent. I'll even go along with the argument that there are certain restaurant groups in town that once they have their 10 or 12 solid performers, oh, we hire this group of people because we know that someone will always come listen to them. I'll give you that. But again, a lot of musicians, you need to get out there and start somewhere. And you've got to keep knocking on those doors. You have to be good. And then you have to be smart enough to find a venue to play. Think of somewhere that might be cool to go play. Well, there's no more room in the box. Go be creative. Well, go build a new box somewhere. Find somewhere to play. There's a lot of musicians that are very unprofessional in the city of Savannah. The lackadaisical musicians. When I say unprofessional, I mean when a person hires them, they probably will not get what they expected to get. That makes it better for the professional musician, the guy that shows up on time, the guy that is respectful of who it is that hires him. Because believe me, it's about money to the club owner, to the restaurateur. Yeah, he loves your music. He's in it for the money. He has to make money off of you being here. And the better you are to him, the more likely you're going to get hired back again. I mean, last night I was blessed. Played last night, and I've rebooked twice. A musician has got to keep that in mind. I'm working for tonight, but I'm also working for tomorrow. Sure, the more musicians there are in town, the tighter the competition. What's that old 80-20 rule that all your college professors try to tell you? The 80-20? Out of the pool of musicians, 80% of them are going to be sluffers and only 20% are going to be professional, working, legitimate musicians. You have to make sure that you're in that 20%. And after one or two of these restaurateurs or promoters or club owners, they have their circle they hang out in too. Oh yeah, he was great for me. You should hire him. He was great. He did well. He was very nice. He didn't break anything. He didn't offend any of my club people. Very courteous, and he sounded great. You got to be in that 20%. You got to be a pro. I mean, it's about the money. You got to be a pro.
I've noticed, particularly in the clubs, you can tell the pros because the pros will say, support your bartender.
Tip your bartender. Right. Tip your bartender. Say thank you to your waitress. Tell the the person at the door that you came here for the music and that you enjoyed the music. Tell them how you liked it, because those people have bills to pay. That bartender appreciates it when you make a little noise and say, "Hey, let's hear it for the bartender," and the whole house woohoo claps. The bartender loves that. They've got a hard job too. Everybody's got a hard job. You got to look out for who hired you. Be respectful for who hired you.
Yeah. One of the things that I was somewhat surprised by, but in retrospect not, is when I'm out at a particular concert type venue where I can do a video of a performance,
right,
or even just get a picture and then post it on Facebook saying, "I was here last night and had a great time with this artist." The response from the artist is just remarkable.
Excited,
it's really enjoyable to see that response.
Share the love. It is always a wonderful thing to have someone take your picture, put it up on the internet so the whole world can see it and say that they had a great time at your show. Golly. Be thankful that somebody did that, and in turn make sure, thank them for saying that. And again, it gets back to being professional. Being a successful musician, you need to find out who posted that picture of you and thank them. I enjoy social media. I try to go out about 5 nights a week. I work 2 or 3 nights a week, but I try to go out 5 nights a week to listen to other people and promote other musicians. It's part of the deal. It makes the world better for me to live in. I love Savannah.
Well, that's one of the things I've seen in Savannah too, is how artists are so supportive of other artists.
Isn't that beautiful? Isn't that beautiful? Because I can tell you, in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, it's not like that. In Milwaukee, Wisconsin, it's a really cutthroat music business. The last thing I was going to do if I live in Milwaukee is say that somebody else had a good night. That doesn't happen. In Miami, Florida, that does not happen. You don't show a picture of someone else's band playing in front of a big crowd. But in Savannah, Georgia, that happens. It's great.
Tell me a little bit about what's happening at the Tybee Post Theater with Tybee City Limits.
I'm very excited about the Tybee Post City Limits event. The Tybee Post City Limits event is going to be the next big thing in Savannah. I am so excited about the 2016 spring and summer tourist season for the Post Theater. That'll be another anchor, another reason to make that trek to Tybee to go to a show at the Tybee Post Theater. It's beautiful. It is restored fabulously right to 1948-47 spec. Every performer that performs there, they want their photograph taken in front of the 48-star flag. Where else do you find a 10 by 15-foot American flag with only 48 stars hanging on? At a military post circa 1947. The artists that break out into the national scene from Savannah, they're going to be playing at Tybee City Limits. That is the place it's the new biggest, best thing in the city of Savannah, Tybee Post City Limits. Great artists. It's hard enough to get on stage at Savannah Songwriters. It's hard to get on stage at Tybee Post City Limits. There are many people that listen to your music before you get on stage. You make the cut to play there, you're going to be really good. Anyone that attends a Tybee Post City Limits show, you're going to get the very best of the best. I mean, it's going to be a great show. Everything at the theater is brand new. The PA system, Michael Gaster just put in the PA system there. Golly, all the top name, Alan Heath, fully digital, fabulous sound system, crazy light system. Melissa Turner has worked her tail off making that a beautiful, beautiful place. She is the person at the Post that I work with most directly, Melissa Turner. And that is going to be the place in town where people come to Savannah. Ooh, I'm going to record a live album, a live show, and we're going to do it at the Tybee Post Theater. We're going to record live at Tybee Post Theater. That's going to be the place. Seats 200 people. It's off the charts good place. Beautiful. Great, great place.
Now, the approach that you have used there is quite different from the singer-songwriter. In singer-songwriter, you have 4 singer-songwriters each event. They each sing 4 songs in the series. They will back one another up.
Yes, I'll jump on your song and you'll jump on mine, whether I ask you to or not. Yes.
But at the there's also sort of a routine that you see at Tybee City Limits. You have a singer-songwriter.
Yes. Lead off as a solo artist.
Right. And then you have a couple bands.
Yes. And the bands are not necessarily staged to where one's the opener, one's the main act. They're staged mostly as to physically scale how big is the band. Always starts out with a singer-songwriter. And again, that's where music begins. Hi, I'm TomCooler, and I have a song, and I'm standing here with my guitar, and I'm going to play you my song. And that person, boom, that's where music begins. And then you go to, say, a 3-piece or a 4-piece band. A little bit bigger sound. Now, music has expanded. Still, it is not exclusively original material, but it's over 50% original material. A couple of covers are allowed to sneak in on that middle band. They're going to rev up the house. They're going to play a couple of standards that everybody knows. They're going to get the house rolling. That's their job. They're the middle band. And then the third act comes on, and the third act is 95% original material. They may play one cover of a song that the whole world is going to want to sing along to. But that third act, now you're back to, hello, this is who we are. This is the Isaac Smith Band, and we are here to play our music for you. Thank you for being at this show, and hold on to your seats because we're fixing to knock your socks off. And boom, they go. And give you everything they got, Great show, great venue. But it is a very different show from the Savannah Songwriter Show. It is much more band-oriented, act-oriented.
Well, I want to thank TomCooler very much for talking with me.
Hey, thank you for having me, Dave. I really, really appreciate it. It's been a blast. Love the radio. It's going to be so excited, the radio. Excellent.
This has been another edition of Music Local and Sustainable, and I've been your host, Dave Lake. Save this time for another show next week.
Well, I know we ain't headed for the Hall of Fame. Gonna give it what we got, man, that ain't no shame. Let me know if you can hear me. Check, 1, 2. Let me know if you can hear me. Check, 1,